Drivers not working with one another, trouble and hard crash into the outside wall goes Morton. Multiple trucks sliding and slamming into one another, and that will be the big one. That's the entire field collected out of turn number 4. Back as the 55 down to the inside of Kevin Cordall slams up into the outside wall, takes Bear Morton with him, and from there it is on. Watch as the entire field starts to bottle up. Hard hits into the inside wall. The 55 still getting kind of kicked around there right in the middle. Number 4, excuse me. And, I mean, just a lot of wiggling around, I think, is kind of the cause of that one as, good grief. A lot of trucks getting involved as I mean, it looked like he just kind of lost the back end by himself. Maybe an aggressive turn it was all that was. But from behind potentially, and nope. As I suspected, just lost it all by himself. I have to power away and lead this. Oh, trouble! Look out! Spencer Ray hard into the outside fence. Caution number 2 on the speedway as coming at you. Yeah, rainwater came down. That's all there is to write on that one. Gage Teff got a piece of this, but how about that? The entire field just about getting around this without any contact. That is a great way to avoid a wreck, and I have to give my props to everybody involved with that one. That could have been a lot worse. That could have been the second big one of the race. To the inside in the blue and white 52. Oh, a hit from Ames sent Kroll right down into the side of Grant Peterson. He got tagged hard by Jacob Noyes, Spencer Ray, the 4, the 26, the 05, the 51, all getting involved. And some drivers getting involved more than once as they spun it out big time down to the backstretch. Take a look at this one from the blimp. There goes one, and there goes the rest. It's a big shame, a lot of good trucks getting collected of this one as he was working out of turn 4 and into the trial. Got on the apron and then got a bit of help from Austin McCullough to the 51, it looked like. It's a beautiful save from Vandehey, and, well, not so much for Spencer Ray and co. As the resulting stack up meant that Cherry ran into the back of Ray, and then Musati, oh boy! Just escaping disaster from Musati. Sean Kaiser got spun, and he went for a bouncy ride in the Camerota Truck Parts Chevy, and then right down to the inside wall, there is the hit for the 4 of Brett Rucker. That'll be a bit difficult to get a look from here, but the 26 got hooked hard into the outside wall. That's what sent rainwater down into the 53, and this 53 truck of Brett Vandehey spun around, and he's going to nose that thing hard into the inside wall, and a big hit. That is a tough, tough deal in the middle of the backstretch. Take another look. You see the 26 tracks up across the nose of Vandehey, and it was just on from there. And rainwater spun down into the middle of the field, and gosh, that is a violent hit into the inside wall for Brett Vandehey. Let's take a ride on board with the down the backstretch and into the third and final corner. 4 wide now as they work their way down the straightaway. That's not going to work. We're crashing in turn number 3 and 4, and it's a big mess. McGill around the 13 around. Daniel Half, meanwhile, all by himself. Shiflett trying to get around him as they'll make the run to the start-finish line. Shiflett to the line. Going to look low, look high, back down low, can't get there. And it will be Daniel Half. 4 wide doesn't work. They all come together, and the whole field just demolishes itself coming to the checkered flag. Whoa, the 51! Oh, the 51! Sent out of the ballpark as he landed on top of the catch fence and barrel rolled down the bottom of the racetrack. We will be getting another look at that, but this will be going slow motion here down to the turn number 2. They went 4 wide. McCullough's one of the drivers that kicked this whole thing off, going 4 wide up the middle with Hunter Thrower. They get into the outside wall. Now watch the 51. as he is going to get beat around here. He lifts on top. He gets kind of squeezed up into the wall as the field just crumbles together. Goes on top of the back deck lid of Grant Peterson. Still sliding backwards. The 4 slides up, and right there he gets kicked into the air. Onto his nose, and there's the big hit from Purcell on top of the catch fence. Nearly cleared the dang thing. Slams down on the roof, and barrel rolls down and into the infield grass. Take one more look. This will be at speed with that 51 truck. Once again, a first. I've never seen the truck flip like that. I swore that thing was going to land in the parking lot on the outside of turn 4. Backs it up, and what a wild ride. It's a classic Daytona finish right. Yikes, getting all sorts of cross. Oh, and there it goes into the outside wall. That'll send the 33 around, and Gage Teft will slide to the bottom on a single truck incident. A paints machine. Justin Wilson making a move on the outside for 3Y. Purcell on the bottom, and a little bit of a pinch, and hard hit into the outside wall for Keith Handlin. Spins that 55 around, and boy, Gage Teft just barely getting around that deal. We'll take a ride on board first and foremost with what happened here to Justin Wilson. And Handlin did indeed catch Gage Teft as he was coming down and out of turn number 4. Oh, in trouble hard to the outside wall goes Spencer Ray as that truck got hooked big time coming out of turn number 4 and down the front stretch. He'll back it right into the nose of Grant Peterson. Hard licks for the pair. Peterson out of 4. Oh, bit of net code, on that one it looked like as hard hit into the outside wall for Spencer Ray. That truck lifted way up off the ground. I didn't realize how far that truck got off the ground. And then Peterson tags the wall and slides along, and then Spencer Ray just backs it right in and rides up onto the hood of the High Point Toyota Tundra. So that's Brett Vandehaven caught in the middle. Oh, he bobbles up into Hendlin, and he's going to go hard into the outside wall. Caution is going to come out. He rebounds right down into the door of Addison Brown. Shiflett just sweeps around. Oh, he's going to get tipped from Sean Kaiser. Shiflett slides down. He's going to loop the back end, and the caution flag will fly. What a save for Shiflett. Kept that thing out of traffic, and oh, yeah, right there. The 70 gets loose and hooks the 18 heavily into the outside wall. So that is what sends the 18 of Kyle Green sliding backwards. And then Terry Misek. Oh, he blew the motor. So Misek spun out with a blown engine. And that's why he slid to the bottom, and that's right into the path of Addison Brown. That is what happened on the back straightaway. And look, like he may have lost this one by himself. Oh, no, he didn't. Daniel Hafter is outside. And a hook puts the 4 into the wall. And that slides Rucker all the way down the track and way into pit road at high speed. That is unfortunate, to put it mildly. Now, has he had help? Oh, yes, he has. He got a hit from behind. And that, was that from his teammate? It sure was. Friendly fire in pit road as Badger Racing teammates Grant Peterson and Matt Cherry come together. Ames just in the wings. Oh, yes. Gave him a really big helping hand. Runs him over. And, nowhere for Justin Wilson to go. The 09 Rust Bucket. And Shiflett to send for a grinding ride along that outside wall. Back as Kroll hooked hard into the outside wall by Jacob Noyes. Oh no, by Hanlon, and Noyes finished the job. Hard smack to the outside wall will mean an end to the day for Kroll. And look at Cordall sliding the pass to the outside, contact, and into the wall will go the 19 to 33. They'll both spin it around, and we got more trouble down in turn number 1 as Anthony Musatti spins the 49 as well. He just tried to go for that middle lane, and it was just never going to open up. They both spin it around, and then, oh, there was Anthony Musatti getting tipped around. Oh, and in fact, the 55 of Keith Hanlon of the field. Oh, and around goes Daniel Hash. Spins up to the top, and he's going to find the wall. Has there been some help? Oh, there sure has. Shot to the shorts will spin the Exalta Silverado around. Kind of gets finished off there by Ames as he's going to spin that one all the way around and locks it down. Oh, the 12! And Gage Teff, both trucks just barely getting around him on the outside. The Exalta Silverado, I think, got some help from the John Deere F-150 and got around Brown, and Brown just sent him into turn 3 and punted him right up into the wall. Turn 2. Oh, loops the back end and just spins that one around. Didn't even find the outside wall, and I kept it off the inside wall, so a good drive there for a thrower to keep that off of the inside barrier as well. And, we had some help here as well. The 78 washed up from the bottom and spun, throw around. Good job on Justin Wilson getting around that deal without getting involved. Down into turn number 1. That is so tight, and around goes McGill. Around goes a lot of them. The big one, it is a pile-up coming out of turn number 4. The parking lot has taken hold of the Iowa Speedway. Has this little backwater out of town nowhere racetrack. Now looks like it's downtown Manhattan. One of the first trucks to get spun around too, along with Holden McGill, and then, man, Sean Kaiser's truck acted like a scoop. That has got to be at least half the field involved on a huge, huge crash coming down into turn numbers 1 and 2. Did anybody get out of that? Barely anybody got out of that. Most trucks, though, heavily involved. And looking like Hunter Thrower. No, Dingley just didn't turn. Went straight into the corner, took out the 69, and then the 55 stacked it up. Kevin Cordall and the 78 both got involved, and that tipped Dingler into the outside wall. At speed. That's a weird one if I'm putting it mildly. I mean, Ryan Dingler just never turned. It's just a stack up from there. Look back. Oh, Sean Kaiser gets into him and turns him into the outside wall. And spun him around, but there was no caution. Got a bit of helping hand there from Maxwell Kroll down to turn 1. But then just got hooked together with the 13 of Kevin Cordall. Spins that 23 truck around, and that'll put out the caution flag for the 7th time. Well, looking like, Cordall definitely drifted further up into McCall. McCall was coming down as well, so one coming up, one coming down, one going around. That's my kind of analysis of that whole mess. Kind of right on board here with Kevin Cordall's machine. Oh, Justin Wilson bobbles it loose, and whoa, Addison Brown lost it by himself all the way down the front stretch. And in fact, if the caution flag is out, we've got a multi-truck pileup. As his own teammate got into him potentially. No, oh no, he bobbled loose, and then a little tap from Musatti finishes the job. Spins the 23 around, the Musatti locks it down, and then, oh, Purcell just came flying in with a huge head of steam with nowhere to go. That is a rough, rough ride, and right on board with the 57. this developing. Just can't slow it down in time. The tiniest of bobbles. God, that is a hard lick. Handling as well. Oh, hard to the outside wall. Huge crash for Terry Misek, and that's going to collect a couple. But the 78 car just bodied the wall big time. Keith Handlin is in it. Hunter Thrower got into that. And then right here, Misek washes up as Thrower's trying to hold him down, and that hooks him head on into the outside wall. Thrower himself took a violent hit. The 55 then found the outside wall. Fight this one out from the middle groove, but there's just no speed at that middle line. Oh, trouble hard into the outside wall for Musati. Spins to the bottom. That's going to collect a few, and that's going to be overtime with caution number 11 and a multi-truck pileup on the front straightaway. And he's in the outside wall, rebounds down, and that's all she wrote. And more. As Daniel Half got loose and the pack falls apart out of the final corner. How that was not a caution coming to the line is beyond me. Buzzati all over the shot as they enter the SS, and oh, that's a hard hit from Buzzati right into the inside wall on a hard crash, and Keith Handlin, Nathan Shiflett. Shiflett, I think, going to lose the back end here. Oh, no, he got some help from the 78. They both spun around. And then there's Jason Lay just spinning off the track and nosed it into the little access wall, dropping all the way down to 23rd as he's just going to lose the back end of the TK Paint Silverado by himself. Tags the inside fence himself. For the Castrol Super Clean F-150, he's just got in too hot and loops the back end. Goes for a harmless little slide. Up over the rise of turn 5. And yep, loops that back end all by himself. Stopped right at the apex. Did a good job though from the field at least. Sean Kaiser almost doing the same as, whoa, Noise will do the same in the back, and he's going to spin off the circuit. Jacob Noise coming down the hill finds himself stopped in the outfield. Sure has. Backing gets light. Caught the grass and just went. He's just going to lose the back end here. Coming through 5, no assistance. Trouble again for Noah Rainwater. Way in deep at the S's, and oh, he finds the tire barriers, spins back right into the middle of the racing line. Doesn't quite know where to go and got himself sorted. And then just seconds after that, having another off. I think at the same corner, just at turn 9. Yeah, just spun it immediately. Has he throttled up on the exit of 10? Sure has. Finds the pit wall to boot. Send right on the back bumper, Justin Wilson. Yep, Wilson was even moving down to let him through to boot. Nope, was never making it. And just kisses the tire barriers. Ford F-150 into hot into turn 8. Misses the line. And just gonna swoop the back end around. Drivers having problems. This is Musati. Flashing out, loops the back end, and then where does Maxwell Kroll come in? Oh, Kroll was by himself. Whoa, hello! Kroll all by himself on that one. Daniel Half kind of getting in the way. That's coming down into turn number 4. Yeah, just looped that one up and over the rise, and then nowhere for Maxwell Kroll to go. And he's going to find the barriers pretty heftily to boot. This is by himself. Hard on the brakes, into hot, spins around, and just locks that thing down. Good show. So if you get a look, just loops the back end all on his own. And then I want to get a look at what happened to Addison Brown here. So Brown fine in the number 12 F-150 here for the Caterpillar machine. Goes in deep into turn one. Oh, lose the back end. And, slams the wall. Tears up the right front on that Ford. Having to take a toe back. Had another spin off at turn three. Lost the back end. And you saw it as well. Maxwell Kroll having a pretty big moment on the front stretch and nearly collected your battle for fifth. That is still raging on as he's going to loop the back end here. Coming out of turn 10. Noses that thing hard into the wall, and there's Collusion Cherry up over the rise, and good thing that Kroll decided to stay where he was at. So right now, and this is going to be coming down into turn one, there's two. Just going to send the back end around. Aaron Morton jams on the binders, and Robert Peterson actually got into there as well. And then there was Daniel Have spinning out. So one more time the rainwater, because Robert Peterson actually got into this mess, and that's where Peterson had his problems. So there's rainwater, step at the back bumper out as he's going to slide around. And there Robert Peterson was just getting nicked as he spun it out wide. And there it is. Spins the tires up. Losing the back end. Yep. Coming into the corner. A bit of a tag there to the door as well. Musati had problems of his own early in the race, and that is why we see him now. Whoa! Let go. And that will be a battle that quickly sorts itself out as Keith Handlin finds the wall, and that bumper hanging on by a thread right now. At the same point, here's Daniel Have first. Losing the back end, spinning around, and then Justin Wilson locks up, goes in straight for one extra spot, especially when he's had a bit of a bad day as it is. Meanwhile, Matt Cherry, whoa, Cherry getting taken out by Brandon Kluge. He tried it again and it didn't work. Back end kicks out. He's going to find the outside wall and, slams hard into the inside wall, and that actually ripped the left front apart on that 67 truck. That is why he was forced on Kaiser in all of this. As he's slowing up, already starting to stack the field up, and sure enough, just got hooked and then noses that truck into the pit wall. And I know for a fact that Hunter Thrower probably was thinking, what in the world am I seeing in front of me? As this is what Thrower saw. Got into hot, drifted way up the racetrack, doors that 51 hard. And the Toby Keith Memorial truck going to spin around and just find the outside wall with the right rear. Onto the Long Pond straightaway, and he lost that one all by himself. Just got unsettled on that transition. Musati slows up behind, so he doesn't run him over. Gives him a small little tap, but that truck was already going around, and he is going to nose that truck hard into the inside wall. That's some pretty big damage for the small budget racing Silverado, so hopefully that truck not too badly wounded. And the outside wall goes to Maxwell Kroll, spins around, slams hard into the outside wall. No caution, but big damage on the 19. Back as trying to push Austin McColgan and just cleared himself across the nose of Keith Handlin. And that turned him hard into the outside wall, and he then drove for a long way. Just kind of riding that one out. Get a look on board with Handlin, and strikes the outside wall, slides down, and body slams that inside wall hard. He even got loose and was chasing the truck. Then he hit the outside wall, slid down, and went hard into the inside wall. That is a heavy lick for that numbered 6 truck. And then this is at speed. He breaks that back end out and goes slamming into the inside wall. Tough break for the number 6 truck on that mess. Number 1 to the long pond straightaway. Multiple trucks at the outside wall. There goes Hunter Thrower. Spinning to the inside. Cherry's involved. Rebounding into traffic. It's the big one on the back straightaway. Hard hits. Multiple trucks involved. McColgan around. Layton, I think, escapes disaster. Gage Teff got into that one big time. Hunter Thrower forced to take a tow. And multiple trucks involved put McGill back to the lead. Rainwater has fallen as they all kind of got to the outside wall. Thrower broke loose on cold tires, then rebounded down, got turned across the nose of the 13, went hard into the inside wall with Matt Cherry. They rebounded up. There, McColgan and Gage Teff both got clipped. Spencer Ray with big damage. The 4 just barely managed to survive as the rest of the pack slid around. Overall, not a horrible wreck. It could have been worse, but it's definitely not ideal for a good chunk of this field. Man, that Ford truck can thank his lucky stars that did not end up worse. At Rucker. Now watch they funnel back onto the racetrack. Look at how close that was. As Hunter Thrower slammed into the outside wall, the truck right behind Layton was not fortunate enough to get away unscathed. Just a lot of loose moments, and Rainwater hooked Noise, turned him down into the inside wall. Hard hit for Grant Peterson and Stefan Purcell. Jacob Noise then got kicked around. A hard wreck, but not a big wreck. But that takes 2 more trucks effectively out of competition. All the lap traffic has now been pushed out of the way. This is at speed. Brad Vandehey caught in the middle of 3 wide. Ray on the bottom, Morton on the top. Justin Wilson struck the wall. The 19 of Maxwell Kroll got loose. That scared Morton down right into the 53. Hard hit to the inside wall, rebounded up into Daniel Half, and spun the 53 around. But that was tanked the outside wall. Ouch, hard lick. May have been run over from behind, and then he got another hip check to the door as these guys were just trying to stack up. They're already going around up front, so this is in progress. McColgan went around and then overcorrected. Went in hard to Justin Wilson. Tagged, I think that is Jason Layton that got put around. And then Cherry slid all the way back and slammed into the inside safer barrier to boot. Looking like, oh, he got turned by Nathaniel Ames. Went hard into the outside wall and then collected the 4. Maxwell Kroll slid down. Collected a few. Daniel Half into the outside wall. Oh, that's a big hit for Kroll. Down to the inside, and that is the crash on the front straightaway. And just drifted up from the bottom. Cleared himself across the nose of Nathan Shiflett. Went hard into the outside wall. Then rebounded down through the quad oval, and he's going to hook. Oh, no, the 12 actually got into Addison Brown. Actually ran into the back of Daniel Half, but relatively gotten around that all right. And he is the reason why we are now under that first call. I don't know what to make of this one. I'm going to be completely frank, and it looks like he did not. Whoa, right there. Whoa, slid down and nailed the pit wall again. Talk about a hit. Coming out of turn 4. Spun that truck big time through the infield grass at high speeds, but because it was so far down, it never threw the yellow flag. Oh, the 12 of Brown just got loose and came across the nose of Vandehey, and they both went into the inside fence right by pit road. Slapped the outside wall. Yep, nicked it there. And that unsettled the truck, slid down, and that's a hard hit into the inside fence. Drags the brake and will bring that truck to a stop, and that is what forces our first yellow flag of the night. I know Rainwater, they just come together. Around will spin the Ford Motorcraft F-150 up the track. Whoa, the 26! Just barely escaping disaster. Well held as well, I want to point out, from Robert Peterson himself. Take it right on board. They may have had it coming together. This is Swafford. Handling spinning up the road in front, so already in progress of the 55. The 26 breaks loose and, oh man! Faced first into the sand barrels. Rebounds that truck back out to the racetrack. No wonder we saw. Oh, contact! Wilson hard into the outside wall. Throughout the course of this race, I mean, this has been. Oh, contact! Morton goes around, spins to the inside line, noses it into the inside wall. No caution yet, and we won't. Started to get loose. Right there, he got loose. The back end kicked out, and he's chasing the truck now, trying to get back into power. Just gets into too much with the Spearcrest Digital Silverado. Spins up and finds the outside wall. And then this is a risky place to be stopped, and unfortunately for Swafford, could not avoid. Careens right into the door of the number 9. A hard lick for caution flying number 1. Take a look at speed. And boom. So it's a bit of argy-bargy here. And Brett Vanderhage to his outside. Breaks loose, goes down, and wipes out the 33 head on into the outside wall. The 83 truck has to escape down to the bottom of 100th row. Justin Wilson then getting involved, and whoa, and Noyes sends it in. Takes out Sean Kaiser. And we get ourselves caution number 3. Stretch. Oh, and the second and third place runners take each other out. Multiple trucks getting piled up. That's the whole field getting piled up. Parking lot in turn number 4. Getting into turn 3. A little bit of coming up, a little bit of coming down. Kalu's going to go around, and McColgan's going to get in it. And then watch behind them. Peterson gets involved. Purcell involved. Everyone on the inside line got jacked up. That is the entire field. That is quite literally everyone. Right there's the hit. Around goes the 69, and there goes the pack. Golly, that is a sight. Was this all by himself? The 67 went around and nowhere for Vanderhage to go as he gets caught up. Rucker jumping hard on the brakes, and he's going to lose that one all by himself. Just loops it around in turn 4 and drives it forward, and gets a bit caught up on the actual embankment there. Just dove in way too. Well, Ames may have braked a bit early too, you know. So Ames spins around, and then there goes Handley getting collected up, and then a hard lick for the 19. Jacob Noyes got involved. The 09 of Wilson got involved. Kaiser had to come to a stop. The 19 was spun down. Handling lunges down low and nowhere to go. He's going to take a good chunk of the pack with him. We continue to steadily. Jacob Noyes. He's up and out of the groove onto the asphalt and loses the back end and overcorrects. Then makes hard contact with Keith Handlin and Maxwell Kroll in the 19. So a couple of hard hits there as we ride on board. He's just going to lose that one all by himself. Unprompted mistake coming out of turn number 2. And watch this. He's just going to gas it up here to try to flick spin that truck, and unfortunately carries too much momentum. Brandon Kluge making an aggressive dive, and Robert Peterson's going to spin around up the track Single car incident. Getting a bit hot here. And this is going to be a self-inflicted error, I feel, as he's all by himself. And sure enough, just loops that back bumper coming off of turn 2. Spins it around and noses it pretty heavily into the inside fence. And this is going to take pretty much everybody into pit road. 3 wide down the front stretch. Cherry gets loose. Swafford into the wall. The field stacks up. Thrower gets turned. Middle of the pack. 4, 5, 6. Matt Cherry, one of the main drivers in that one, and Swafford did keep it out of the outside wall, but a lot of trucks getting involved again in a big crash down in the turn number 1. At speed. Right? There's the tap, and that's what kicked all this off. That was the catalyst. Nothing Thrower did wrong. Ames did a good job, as did the 67, to both lock it down. Just gets that little bit of a tap and then kind of gasses it up, spins around. Tags Dingler, Van de Hey involved, Hamlin involved, Shiflet, Rainwater, Thrower, Teft. Another huge stack up. 13, they're trying to go for 12. Oh, a shot to the shorts. Hamlin goes around, Hamlin into the wall. We're going to have him. Oh, no, sorry, it was Shiflet at the moment, and Cherry with nowhere to go. Thrower with nowhere to go. And man, Matt Cherry really tried to lock it down, and unfortunately just could not make it happen, although not for lack of trying. Take a ride on board with Cherry here. I think Justin Wilson, the 09 here. Something goes awry right in front of Jason Layton. Watch for... Oh, a big stack up perhaps, and then goes hard to the inside wall, spins the 67 truck into the outside wall. All by himself. Carries too much throttle on quarter exit, spins the 19 around, and you think it's over as he spins it down, but then watch this. He's going to reverse back across the track right into the 39. I mean, I don't know. The Falcon race wraps Tundra. Jamming hard on the brakes, and yep, loops it all by himself. Spins around for a very lazy slide. What he should have done is turn to the left here to flick spin it around. Instead, he tries to turn right and goes face first into the inside wall. Number 28, Silverado, off of turn 2. A little kiss to the inside wall. And around goes Swafford. Kicked around by Jacob Noyes again, and caution number 19 with 40 to go. Austin McColgan, I think, got the short end of the stick here, as he's going to get put into the outside wall here by Brandon Kluge. That stacks up the pack. Jacob Noyes comes flying in, gets turned by Hamlin. Hamlin slams the inside wall. Noyes rebounds into Teft, and then up the road, Nathaniel Ames will then spin around after colliding with McColgan again. And then on top of that, at the back end, Noah Swafford went around as well. So was there contact here? No, sir. Loops it out of turn 4. Noses it into the inside wall in the big way. And backs it in a second time. Now, throttles up too soon. Spins the back bumper and just finds Justin Wilson. And Brett Rucker having to do some... 7 to go. He's right there. He's going to dive into deep. He hooks Dingler. Dingler spins around. And dunked for the lead is Ryan Dingler. 3 wide. It doesn't work. Almost 4 is a bit of netcode in there as well, as Purcell will spin around to the outside, and Swafford with nowhere to go. It's a hard lick into the outside fence for the 57 car. Cluj may have been tipped from behind. I know Jacob Noyes took a bit of a ride, and then there goes Shiflett spinning around. Watch Gage Tev get kicked up on top of the wall. Vandehey finds the wall. Robert Peterson sneaks through the middle. And that all started with Brandon Cluj, and he lost that all by himself coming into turn number 1. Gosh, that's a wild ride that Gage Teff took along the outside fence. Oh, they get into the 39 of Zachary Kreiser, and that spins Dingler around. Kroll getting involved. The 39 gets into it. Surely that was not the caution. Was that really the yellow flag? Huh. Oh, there we go. Ryan Dingler loops it and spins into the outside wall, and that was after Justin Wilson as well. And Swafford just comes down, hooks, aims hard into the outside wall. Holy cow, picks the 28 truck up. That is a violent impact that Nathaniel Ames took. And that tells a really violent story there as you get a look at this one at speed. Yikes. Talk about a ride for a further back. Matt Cherry and Brett Vandehey will do the same. All this down to turn 1. Oh, Hanlon into the wall. Oh, he's going to get turned. Around goes Hanlon. Around goes McColgan. They're both going to spin and then turn number 2. Back onto the racetrack. No caution yet. We're still green. And Kroll side by side down to turn 1. Oh, to the outside wall. Once, twice. For the 19 Kodiak Silverado. Hard lick into the fence. And again, no caution. The pit stop window, Austin McColgan was trying to come to pit road and just locked the rears. Slid it in hot and noses it into the wall. That coming off of turn numbers 3 and 4. Austin McColgan on the outside just gets a bit too close to the wall. And unprompted, the back end comes around. Does a great job to keep that off of Spencer Ray before looping it fully. Going sideways and ended up nosing it into the outside wall as well, right there. He had those wheels turned back to the left, and it just didn't go the way he was hoping it would. On board. We can take a look at what happened to Maxwell Kroll. Side by side with Jacob Noyes. Oh, he gets into the wall and then gets hooked by McColgan. Boom, into the inside fence. Oh, are they going to get into each other again? Oh, Cluj gets turned. Back straight away. Around goes the 69. Tags the inside wall and the caution flies again. To him coming off of the final corner, just loses the back end and again gets helped around by McColgan.
let off your gas in the corner and the guy behind you isn't prepared, and you just cannot bump each other in those turns like that from the rear. So the number 4 line on turn number 3. So nice tight race again. Oh, as he gets turned, the 09 in the wall with the 97 and the 39 diving down to the apron, but the 97 and the 39 getting collected in that accident. We are under caution number 2 here. See here, he has the guy in front of him blinking, and I'm sure that startled him a little bit. Got loose, started wiggling his way up in the 15 of Shiflett, getting caught up in that mix there. Struggling once again. It seems like his car is getting a little tight as we got a truck into the wall. We got him going 3 wide once again. Oh, as the 3 gets spun, there's going to be a caution coming out. Oh, the 3 losing his hood, or his front bumper. We have another blink from the 05, and oh, and he gets turned on the quad oval. He blinks out, blinks back in, and the guy behind him was not prepared as he gets caught up, and the 05 is going to have an epic save for. As we get an overhead view here, yeah, it was 09 coming down to try and get to that middle line. Did not know the 05 was there. The 9 was not ready for that either, just a victim of the incident. Ray duking it out for position. Oh, as the 6 gets into the wall and takes the whole front row with him. Oh my goodness, what a twist of events. 7 to go. It looked like, oh, a big chunk into the wall for the number 6 car there. He comes down and collects everybody with him. The 05 car is into the grass. Looks like the 33, oh, the 55 with the near miss as the 28 goes sliding down into the infield. Yeah, the 6 just took a big chunk into the wall. I think that bump draft may have helped, or may have helped that situation out. Ooh, as a near miss. Yeah, the whole front row, the first 7 or 8 cars there getting collected in that incident. Let's see that it's number 6 here getting up into the wall and checking down into the rest of the field after that contact. 28. Not
speed. And that little hop over the curb will get you, and I got a feeling that's not going to be the last time we're going to be seeing one of these. Gage Taft hopping away early with that lead down into turn 1. Wow, and he loses it. Gage Taft throwing the battle away as he's going to go up and into the outside wall. Take a look at speed with McColgan here. Yeah, just lost it. Looking like a bump draft gone wrong, potentially. Goodness gracious, that is a hit. Kreiser down to the inside. Look on what happened to Justin Wilson. Oh, loses the back end, slides out of 4. Down to the inside, tags the inside wall, but no caution. Disastrous moment there on the back straightaway. Whoa, and we'll get it there. Around goes McColgan, slammed by Kreiser. Here comes the field, and oh no! Huge hit for Brett Rucker. That was a horrendous ride. Just got loose and knocked the whole right front off that machine. At speed. Actually, I think McColgan got down onto the apron, and that's what caused this on board. Oh yeah, I think that was a bit of a lunge there for McColgan to turn Purcell into the wall. At speed. That's a tough one to call. And a couple of hard licks as well. This will be a good indicator of. I don't think Teff turned in enough there. Hey, looks like he got loose, tracked up, but just turned across the nose of Robert Peterson, put Keith Handel into the wall, and then spun around. And looking like a couple of trucks, including Zachary Kreischer and Maxwell Kroll, also getting involved on a big melee coming around the final few corners as they came to the stripe. And another crash as they came across the line. That was a hard hit for Kreischer into the inside as they took the checker. Shiflett gets into the back bumper of Handler. Oh, contact! Oh, look out! Hard crash up into the outside wall. Caution is out early. Was alongside the 19 of Maxwell Kroll. They are on different laps. And no contact. McColgan just loops it off 4 all by himself. Spins up the Cookies by Design Silverado and goes all the way around to the front straightaway for a lazy slide. Kreischer has come down and into pit road, so he will also now begin to go to the end of this race. Full send down to the turn 1. Lost the back end, broke traction, went up. And how about that? He did keep it off the wall. Take a look back on what happened here to Kreischer. Just got loose. Spun down and into the infield grass. Oh, contact! Around goes Robert Peterson. Spins up the track. Yellow is out. And Spencer Ray is up. Driving in deep. Contact! Look out! Oh, hard crash! Kluge into the outside wall. Big. McColgan is out. Kluge is out. Swafford gets collected. Caution number 5. All by himself. He will have lost this one on the throttle in 2. Yep, there he goes. Spins to the inside, just noses it in there. Not a big hit, but in turn 1, so he's chasing the truck all through the corner. And this will cause him to lose the spot to Keith Handlin as he noses it into an inside wall for the second time. But still no yellow. With a broken right front, just drifts wide, tags the wall again up in turn 3. And brings it to a stop, and that will force a yellow flag. Comes all the way down the field and came off the outside wall, got into the side of Brett Rucker. They got hooked dead left into the inside wall on a big hit. Spun that truck around, and that brings the yellow flag out for the first time tonight. Nothing Rucker did wrong there. That was just wrong place, wrong time for him as Noah Swafford came right down across the nose as, in fact, Swafford got up and into the outside wall. We focus back up on this battle for second on back. Oh, contact! Around goes Brandon Kluge. Spins to the inside. Back into traffic. Collects big time. The 24 of Sean Kaiser. And both trucks up and into the outside wall. So you saw Keith Handlin, I think, caught a piece as well at speed. Oh, yeah, he sure did. Keith Handlin going for a pretty wild ride in that number 55 machine. So it's getting a little bit argy-bargy now. Oh, and Taft takes out McColgan. McColgan spins, slams the outside wall. He'll bring it to a stop, but the caution comes out. And take another look at speed. Back end comes around, and that's all she wrote. 3-truck pile out of turn number 2 for caution flag number 1 on the night. Oh. Does not get much harder than that. What a tough break for Robert Peterson. And well, if this day wasn't over before, it sure is now. Here comes the pack, and watch the hit. Oh, Sean Kaiser did catch a piece, it looked like. Just got turned, and oh, what in the world? Oh, he turned that truck dead right. He tried to cause a caution, I have to think. And he's going to force one. To the outside wall goes the 51. He'll now get it back rolling.